So the video message is just to realize that things don't have to be awkward, but if they are, it's okay for things to be awkward. Because when you first meet someone that you don't know how they react. You don't even know what they look like sometimes. And when it comes to things being awkward, you may not know what to say next. So that's really the video message, that if things get awkward, it's not the end of the world. So when it comes to like a first date, you need to start like dressing good. And that's not why I'm saying this. It's because when it comes to a first date, you should spend at least like 2 hours as a minimum. And anything more than 2 hours is kind of too much. So when it comes to a first date, you don't want to be spending too much money. You don't want to be spending too much time traveling to the destination. And you don't even know if that person likes you. It's because what I wanted to make clear, people value quality time rather than spending all the time in the world with someone, because people need to miss you and people need to save questions for like other days as well. So you don't want to do everything all in one day. What I wanted to make clear, you need to ask the right amount of questions. And the reason why I say amount is because there's a certain number of questions you should ask. So you should ask 3 to 5 questions. When it comes to asking someone why they wanted to wear a certain outfit, or even how they came up with the idea, it's not really a one-word answer question. So people will have like a long explanation, and they may say that someone that they like wears this, so that's why they wanted to wear it. Or some people, they may say that they've had this outfit idea for many years that is very traditional, and it's only this time that they were able to put it together. So when it's a one-sided conversation, one person is always making the effort, and you don't want to be in a position where you're the one that's making all the effort, and then the person that you're with, they're not asking you any questions. I wanted to say this before I forget. Whenever you give people compliments, especially people that you don't know, you need to realize it can be awkward because you don't know how they would react. Whenever you compliment someone on their appearance, it can be awkward, and you might think you're doing something good. But then once you compliment someone on their appearance, it can be awkward because other people, they complimented them on their appearance the whole time. And whenever they don't look their best, not many people compliment them. So that's why you don't want to compliment someone on like their appearance. What I wanted to make clear, you should compliment someone on their outfit. So when you compliment someone on their outfit, you actually mean it. So for example, you might say that you like the color of it, you like the material, that it looks really comfortable. And then you can say as well that their personality really shines through. When it comes to looks, you may be attracted to them. And when you're attracted to them, you want to be with them. And I do understand that when you're attracted to someone, you want to only be with people that you're attracted to. But when it comes to really your personality, you need to actually have a personality, because some people actually look for that. And it's about going beyond looks. So you need to look for people's personality as well to see if they actually have one. I might have said this earlier in the video, but you need to know how to end a conversation, because you don't want to be talking to people longer than you need to. And how to end a conversation, you just need to say that you're going to get something. And when you say you're going to get something, it makes you like stand somewhere else. So you need to say that you're getting something, that you're checking on something, because you don't want the conversation to be longer than it needs to. You don't want it to get to a point where they're tired of talking with you. Because whenever you don't know how to end a conversation, you realize that they end a conversation. So what I wanted to make clear, so that things are not awkward, you need to be the one to end the conversation. Because if they end the conversation and then you're the one that's checking up on them, it's kind of like you chasing, but you're not really attracting. So you don't want to like overthink these things. I think it's just to set a timer, stick to a certain schedule, and then have things planned out. And to do things within like 2 hours, because you don't want to like overthink these things, and you don't want to spend too much time and too much money. Because the more times that you're like at a location, you're more likely to spend money, because you're not going to just like sit there. It's because when people talk with each other, you have to realize that they only see the other person. they don't normally see how they act. Because you have to realize that if they walk away, it's because they didn't like something. So when you walk away, it's because you didn't like something. You don't want to wait until they walk away before you realize that you didn't have a good time. So that stops things from being awkward. And let's say things are going well and you remember people's names. So when it comes to people's names, you don't want to forget it, because you might remember people's face, but you need to remember people's names. And how you can remember someone's name if you ever forget. You need to repeat their name like 2 or 3 times in a text message. And hopefully people don't get offended when you say this question. Have you ever thought of changing your name? It's really a good question because they will bring up their name like naturally. So let's say you forgot their name and then you ask them, have you ever thought about changing your name? If they say no, then yeah, you just need to like go back to the other option that I said about repeating their name like 3 times in like a text message. But then if they bring up their name saying that I do like my name and their name is this, then that means you now know their name and you don't want to keep forgetting their name. So it's important to remember people's names so that it doesn't be awkward. And especially if they remembered your name. And I do understand if someone's name is too long that it can be difficult, but at least remember the nickname that they told you. This is the final thing that I wanted to say in the video. And the reason why I'm zooming in, because I know this one will help you the most. So when it comes to strong eye contact, you should not be intimidated by a strong eye contact because it shows confidence. So when you're sitting down like this and someone is opposite you, so picture someone opposite you sitting near you, and this person you want to really talk to, they spent time out of their day to actually talk with you. So what I wanted to tell you, you need to sit in silence for a minute. And when you sit in silence for a minute, it shows them that you're not like uncomfortable or awkward when things are silent. Because most people, when things are awkward and it's really silent, they don't know where to look, they don't know what to say, and then they say the first thing that's on their mind. And it's only because of that pressure of being in silence. So that's why when things are like silent, you need to be silent for a minute, and this will allow you to collect your thoughts. And whether you have a fact or opinion, you tell them something that you learned after the minute has gone. Because the reason why you say a fact or opinion is because a fact is something that you can go and find out, and an opinion is when you've like gathered information and you have your own thoughts about it. So whenever you're standing up and you're both giving strong eye contact, you need to realize that personal space is important, because personal space is boundaries, and when people have boundaries, you can't really break them unless they choose for you to like be close to them. You need to have something in your hand, whether it's food, which is unopened, or your phone, because your phone can be used for directions for the next place that you want to go. Or unopened food is like another thing as well, because if they don't want that food, you have it for yourself. The last thing that I wanted to say, whenever you're standing up and you're both giving strong eye contact, especially if the place is like too quiet or it's too noisy, you can go on a short walk with them. Because when you go on a short walk, you can have a conversation while you're walking, and you can have a conversation about what's around you. So I'm going to end the video here. And yeah, thank you team for like the support so far. And this video is just to practice my communication, but then also help the people that need to watch this. So you can like, you can subscribe, and you can comment down your thoughts if you're new.